Hey everyone, it's Marco here, and the Steam Winter Sale is now live and it is amazing, especially if you're like me and love building cities and managing your townsfolk. So coming up, I'll be showcasing 15 great city building and colony sim games with such incredible discounts. From laid-back realistic city builders to ones that have you defending your base from hordes of scary creatures, there is something here for everyone. I'll also be covering new titles as well as some older hidden gems that might have gone under your radar. And so why not start out with Pioneers of Pagonia? It's just had its 1.0 release recently, and if you were a fan of the game like the Settlers, well then look no further. As a brave pioneer, you'll need to lead your people by establishing settlements, discovering lost tribes, and managing technology as you go. It's one of those games where you can just build, relax, and watch your pioneers cruise around. Each of them have their own little daily tasks, like harvesting crops, but it's also cool to see them just go on a lunch break every now and then. Makes them feel very much alive. You know what I mean? It's not like those soulless numbers in most colony sim games out there. Plus, in the full release, it's got a story-driven campaign now across multiple islands. And even though it looks casual, it can get pretty intense and unforgiving at times, but most of the time it's going to be laid back. The management side of things has quite a lot of depth. You're going to be sorting out your resources, trying to expand your borders, as well as training some specialized units like your builders, diggers, and various types of military personnel. The game also comes with quite a lot of replayability and customization options, like you can change up the map size, the difficulty as well. It's also got quite a cozy art style. I enjoy it, and it might be the closest we'll get to a game like The Settlers. Plus right now it's 25% off for around 26 bucks, so you might definitely get your money's worth. So if you are looking for a cozy city builder / colony sim that scales from relaxing and simple to highly complex and somewhat challenging, and you're looking for a game that feels very much alive compared to the others out there, then maybe go check out Pioneers of Pagonia today. And now if you're looking for a survival city builder in the ocean, that's basically the game Raft but with a lot more people involved, well then maybe check out Flotsam. You start off with this rundown boat, a few survivors, and now you need to collect debris around you like it's the Black Friday sale after the apocalypse, and you need to keep everyone alive in a thriving settlement. In order to do that, you'll take your boat, maybe some others later, to scavenge for plastic, driftwood, and just random junk you find in the ocean. You'll then need to recycle all of this trash, turn it into stuff like homes, maybe some water purifiers, and maybe some farms, and then you'll turn it into your 1-star A&B that you've always dreamt of. This is another title that also just came out of early access, and with its full release, it comes with a main story campaign, new quests and characters, new regions, upgrades, and just a lot of quality of life fixes. And for me, something that drew me in straight away, besides the charming music, was that art style. It comes with that cel-shaded look, like if Borderlands and that movie Waterworld combined into one game. As your floating city grows, you'll be juggling food supplies and clean water, both of which I must say get pretty challenging later on to try and manage. I gotta say, I had a lot of fun with this game. It pulled me in very quickly, and it's definitely one of those where you'll just sit down just to test it out, and then suddenly a few hours have just flown by. Plus, now's the best time to get it as it's 50% off. It's like 12 bucks. It's a proper bargain. So yeah, if you like survival city builders or colony sims, but now you're on this vast open sea and you're living on recycled lawn chairs and IKEA furniture, then maybe go check out Flotsam today. Then coming up next, if you're looking for a settlement builder similar to Medieval Dynasty, just a bit more dangerous, then up next is Bellwright. Like with Medieval Dynasty, this takes an unusual approach to the colony sim format, as it's more of an open world survival crafting game. But guess what? You've got villagers to look after now. In Bellwright, you've been framed for murder and now you're on the run. But instead of hiding, you'll be building settlements, leading armies, and uncovering the truth about what happened to you along the way. You can then gather resources, hunt animals, and craft your way alone, or maybe with friends, as yes, it's got co-op, ladies and gentlemen. Solo or with friends, you must try to now survive as well as recruit villagers to help you out in this growing settlement. So yeah, think of it as a city builder, but one day you'll be setting up supply chains, and then the next day you'll be trying to fend off angry bandits, and it's all in this third-person view. Speaking of those angry bandits, yes, there is a lot of combat in the game, and it's insanely fun, especially when you're leading your troops into battle like a game of Mount and Blade if it was just set in a world like Manor Lords. Unfortunately, it is still in early access, so it's not 100% there yet, but if you get it on sale, which is now, it's 34% off, or like $20, which is actually the lowest price yet, which is pretty cool. So if you enjoy games like Medieval Dynasty but wanted something with a bit more combat and more bells, well then Bellwright might just be for you. Okay, so if that looked interesting, but you wanted more of a Viking setting, why not have a look at ASKA? Now there is a little bit of contention as to which is better, this, Bellwright, or even Soulmask, but I'm here showcasing ASKA as it hasn't gotten much love and I want to share it with you. Like with Bellwright, you'll need to get your villagers to build up a tribe, but it feels a lot more like the Valheim colony sim. However, just be very careful, this is very different to Valheim. They could not be more different from each other. Like, people always get sad when they expect this to be Valheim 2.0. It's not, it just shares that same Viking setting. Sure, both have building, but this is more about managing the schedules of your villagers, getting them to do stuff whether it's building or in combat. The immersion of this game though is incredible, like from the weather effects to just the impact of the seasons, and just watching your village grow. It's pretty cool. It too has co-op, but the problem is it too is in early access. But hey, it's 40% off, it's going for like $15, and to me that's a good deal. So in the end, if you're looking for a decent survival game with a lot of colony sim mechanics thrown in for good measure, then maybe go check out ASKA today. And now if you're looking for more of a typical city builder colony sim automation game, what about Whiskerwood? It's published by Hooded Horse. And no, there aren't any beavers in this one, just mice trying to make enough rent, else the cats will start shooting up the place. Wow, that was a strange sentence, so let me rephrase. In this charming city building game, you've been placed on this island by your feline overlords, and now you have to keep these mice alive. You'll need to build homes, farms for food, and most of all, places to extract valuable resources like fishing and mining. This is because every few days, the cats will come around and request you to pay some tax, which gets higher and higher as the game progresses. And yeah, you don't want to be in their bad books. The game has pirates too, and you don't want to get into their bad books either, which I guess are always bad books. And besides that, there are seasons in the game too, so get ready to freeze your tiny mouse balls off in the winter, where it's almost on the same level as Banished, because yes, those winters get harsh. The game itself looks great. I love the water, I love like how the island looks. And there's a lot of challenge in making the most out of the space that you have available. You'll be stacking homes like it's a mouse-sized apartment complex, plus eventually it comes in with some automation, so it'll turn up that management heat just a little bit more. So I've featured this game a few times, it's quite new, and now it's on sale for 35% off. It's going for $20. That is not bad. So if you like your city building and automation games and you're a little burnt out by the beavers, well then maybe go check out Whiskerwood and give it a try today. And next up, if you're looking for a colony sim, or rather a robot and colony sim that focuses on automation within this massive hive mind, well then maybe go check out Microtopia. It sounds a bit weird like managing robot ants, but it is a lot more fun than it sounds. In the game, you'll be building trails and structures to help guide your worker ants through a post-apocalyptic junkyard, where you'll have to try and unlock specialized ant types. You've got flyers, diggers, inventors, a whole lot more. The goal here is to expand your ant colony efficiently so that you'll eventually be able to launch a robot ant queen into space, which is a phrase you won't often hear these days, or at all. You'll be managing a tech tree, balancing scarce resources, and constantly reorganizing your base to fit new production chains as you grow. Also, who needs conveyor belts when you have pheromone trails? It's a very interesting concept, and the game has quite a cool look to it. It's one of those games where it's just so satisfying to watch your factory hum along when everything is working as intended. Or not always. But hey, right now it's 30% off, it costs like $14, so if you love factory building sims with unique twists and don't mind some extra micromanagement here and there, then maybe go check out Microtopia, it could be a lot of fun. And now if you're looking for a hybrid city builder that's got some tower defense and you're into those type of games, well then definitely go check out Age of Darkness Final Stand. Like, remember They Are Billions? Terrific game by the way, like Still, if you haven't played it, go do that. But it brought out this gameplay that's like an RTS type of base defense game. And now we have games like Diplomacy is Not an Option, and now we've got Age of Darkness to help fill that void. And like the game They Are Billions, you'll be taking on massive, and I mean massive waves of nightmarish creatures. Like the game literally has some internal technology or whatever called swarm tech that can render over 70,000 enemy units at one time. So like that shop clerk in the movie Kung Pao would say, that's a lot of units. And yes, it's not really a traditional city builder, but I like to branch out a bit. You know, there's people out there that actually enjoy building up a city and then trying to defend it. For me, that was always Age of Empires, just building up your base and just trying to defend it as best as possible. This game though has a great mix of strategy and base defense, plus you can play it with a friend because it comes with co-op. And yes, after the full release, people are saying that the devs have just abandoned it, but to the devs, they're calling it a complete game that doesn't need updates. However, people are still finding bugs here and there, which is why its reviews aren't as high. Some people still prefer They Are Billions, but it's a tough call. Let me know in the comment section below what you decide, but this is definitely a game to get on sale, which is now, and it's 50% off, or around $14, so I'd say it's still great value for money. So if you enjoy base defense, city building games like Diplomacy is Not an Option, Cataclysmo, and obviously They Are Billions, then maybe go check out Age of Darkness Final Stand, it might just be for you. And then up next is Mind Over Magic, for people wanting a colony sim where you get to live out your own Hogwarts fantasy. In this game, you'll be running this magical academy and trying to turn it into something amazing. Maybe like Gryffindor. I mean, yes, I haven't watched all the Harry Potter movies, but I just assume that is the best house. I don't know. Then under your academy, you've got this haunted dungeon, so you'll need to also train up mages. And you'll also be dealing with stuff like undead helpers, weird magical creatures, and this ever-looming fog of death. I'd say it's similar to a game like Oxygen Not Included in a way. I wouldn't say that it's easier than Oxygen Not Included, but it doesn't have all those hardcore engineering terms and paraphernalia thrown in, which some of you might prefer. The customization in the game is also quite top-notch, like you'll be designing every room, optimizing your layouts for the best efficiency, and then trying to manage everything from students that brew their own potions to literal dragons. Side note, I also haven't seen Game of Thrones, so I don't know, maybe this is how they create dragons, who knows. Plus with the Underschool, which is this large spooky underworld place, you'll be sending your best trained mages to go on these deadly expeditions. And right now it's on sale for like 30% off for $18, which is its lowest price so far, so that's not too bad. So if you like your colony sims with some challenge and love some magical fantasy thrown into the mix, then maybe go check out Mind Over Magic today. Then finally, an actual city builder, one that's actually really good, and this is a hidden gem called Urbek City Builder, and you definitely have to check it out. In the game, you'll be crafting some distinct neighborhoods with their own unique personalities and different themes. For example, you'll get nightlife districts, upscale residential zones, industrial areas, and whatever kind of vibe you're trying to go for. But also there's no currency. Instead, you'll be juggling actual resources like food, coal, and maybe some educated workers here and there to keep everything running smoothly. These different neighborhoods also attract different people. So the artsy type need parks and cultural buildings, while the wealthy residents want those luxury amenities very close by. Education is important too, because you'll be training skilled workers, and these will be unlocking some advanced building types and better infrastructure. Eventually your city will start to take shape, and it just becomes so satisfying, especially when you finally get your resource management right and your creative juices are just spilling all over the place. I really enjoy the art style, it looks quite unique, and on sale it's 81% off. Why 81? I don't know, why not make it 80? But anyway, it's $4. $4 people, that's not bad at all. So if you want a city building resource management game that's a little bit different, then maybe go check out Urbek City Builder, it's such a hidden gem. Now if you like defending your city when you're building it up and you want it in a Roman setting, maybe go check out Roman Triumph. This one flew under the radar this year, but now it's out of early access, and that means a lot of new content, a lot of bug fixes, and it's coming from a solo developer, which is always cool. In the survival city builder, you'll need to build your empire from the ground up, making sure to have those defenses in check. Things like walls, ballistas, archer towers, and whatever else you can scramble together to protect your villages from the various barbarians and mythical creatures like the Hydra or Cerberus that come your way. The game also comes with a lot of depth in those building aspects, but you also need to keep your plebs alive if you want to increase the size of your city. Plus, you also need to keep the guards happy too, else someone, which is you, is going to get a lot of smiting, or they'll probably just ruin your crops. The one issue that I think stands out for most people though is the performance. Especially when your city gets a bit bigger, there might be a lot of lag. So dev, if you are listening, I hope you can sort that out soon. But right now it's 35% off, or like 16 bucks. So it's not that bad, and the dev seems very active with all the updates. So if you are a fan of the Roman style city builders and want a semi-realistic one with some mythical elements too, then maybe go check out Roman Triumph today. It might just be a lot of fun. And now if you're looking for another chilled out city builder that's got a very cool art style, well then you might really enjoy the Wandering Village. In the game you'll be leading this tiny group of survivors that for some reason are riding on the back of this majestic creature called Onbu, and now you gotta build up your village in this post-apocalyptic world. The standard city building mechanics apply here, so like you'll be building, managing resources, but you also need to survive in this world where resources are scarce, as Onbu tries to navigate different biomes. Obviously you don't want to leech off the poor things, so you need to rather try and live in harmony. That plus the overall visual style gives me heavy Studio Ghibli or Ghibli vibes, and it reminds me a bit of Princess Mononoke meets Nausicaa, something like that. It also comes with different difficulty modes, so you can make it as challenging or as laid back if you want. Again, it's not a very technical or deep city builder. I guess it's, I don't know, it's maybe more for people who just want something to relax with. Also at the moment, it's sitting with overwhelmingly positive reviews on Steam, and it's on sale for 50% off, or like 15 bucks. So if you enjoy survival city builders and want something a lot more casual but filled with a lot of charm and emotion, then maybe go try out the Wandering Village today. Next up is a city building roguelike game, and I know roguelikes, blah, but Super Fantasy Kingdom actually has a lot of twists up its sleeve, and it's a lot of fun, where this game lets you build up your kingdom all while trying to hassle the hordes like a security guard during Christmas shopping. Also, I'm quite liking the roguelike vibes for city builders these days. I guess Against the Storm is starting to rub off on people. Here though, you have a hero to fight for you to defend your kingdom, who can slowly be upgraded, and you can get more to fight alongside you as you progress. But you can't just forget about that kingdom. No. You'll also need to still construct various buildings to help keep your place alive and well. It's non-stop. Then your heroes will need tending to, so you'll need to feed them. Like I said, you'll be upgrading them, and there's a lot of variety to choose from here. But yes, if your starting hero dies, well, it's game over and you need to start all over again. The combat is more of an auto battle type of thing. It's less micromanagey than others, and it lets you focus on your city building at the same time. Also, it's crazy because it's a new game and it's already 35% off for around 10 bucks, which is very nice. So if you're into roguelikes and you want something with some medieval fantasy management going on, well then maybe go check out Super Fantasy Kingdom today. Speaking of fantasy city builders, if you're looking for something a lot more relaxed, maybe go check out Fabledom. In the game, you'll need to build up your own magical kingdom, and it does so in a very charming, a very cozy way. You'll be building homes for your villagers, managing various resources, but also unique mechanics like interacting with your neighboring rulers. Like it even comes with this romance system if you want to play, I don't know, fantasy Tinder, but I'll admit the game isn't perfect. Like for serious city building veterans out there, I don't know, you might find the gameplay a bit too shallow, but I think players who just enjoy the fairy tale setting will get a great kick out of it. Think flying pigs and massive trolls, gnomes, those kind of creatures. It reminds me of a game like Shrek the City Builder kind of style, especially with those visuals. Again, it goes perfectly with the setting, and on sale it's 60% off, or around $8, which is not bad at all. So if you want something laid back and you enjoy games like The Settlers, Foundation, as well as Kingdoms and Castles, and you're enjoying this type of fantasy vibe, then maybe go check out Fabledom today. And then changing it up a bit for a game I'll be mentioning one last time, so regular viewers, they don't get sick of me saying it all the time, it's Songs of Six. Now hey, look past these graphics people, because this is one of the most immersive colony sims you will ever come across. If you can handle the visual style of RimWorld or Dwarf Fortress, then stop what you're doing and get into this game like right now. This is an empire building game on a grand scale, like it is huge. Sure, you start off small, but soon you'll be managing this mega city of over like 30,000 citizens, all from different walks of life. Also, each of these alien-like beings have their own wants and needs, like politics and religion is going on, and also don't forget about what they need to eat, because yeah, meat is back on the menu, boys. Sure, it's got less pixels than my old Nokia 3310, but to me, the devs stripped everything down and just put in what makes a colony sim so addictive. It's one of those games where you'll try to tell your friends to play it, give them some stories of what happened, and they'll give you this strange, confused look and might be secretly judging you, but don't worry, no judgment here. Now, I'll admit the game is not easy. It puts a lot of people off, so definitely rustle up some YouTube videos as they do wonders to get you started. Sure, it's been in early access for like 5 years now, probably more, but this labor of love is still sitting with overwhelmingly positive reviews, and now even a major new content update has just dropped, focusing on war and how to manage battles in the game. And sure, the demo is basically the full game, so maybe go check it out first if you want to commit. But it's on sale for 25% off or around $19, and you can easily sink hundreds of hours into this game. So if you love colony sims with deep complex mechanics and don't mind the look of the game, Songs of Six will definitely be for you. And lastly is another game that I won't be mentioning for a while because I just feature it so often, but Ostriv is such a hidden gem of a city builder that you just can't miss out on it. It's another game that I think is from a single dev, but this time around you're in the 18th century in Ukraine and now you need to construct your own little charming town. But damn, there is so much realism going on here. Like, think of games like Manor Lords or Banished, where it's one of those survival games where realistic things will go wrong and now you need to prepare for them. And like with Manor Lords, it's got that gridless building for your homes and farms and whatever else you want to place down. But my gosh, does it come with just so much charm, and the details, like seeing buildings go up slowly and how they built, it is amazing. Like, you can tell so much passion and hard work has been put into it and still being put into this game. Sure, it's still in early access, but hey, the dev is very active, releasing updates all the time, and it's sitting with overwhelmingly positive reviews on Steam. Plus, it's on sale for 20% off or like $20. And it's well worth it for the amount of hours you're going to be putting into it. It's slow, immersive, and very peaceful in this calming way. So if you like realistic city building games, ones set in this era, definitely go check out Ostriv. It is not one to miss out on. And so that wraps up today's video. What did you think? Did you find any games that you enjoyed? Or maybe I missed out on something. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed it, maybe leave a like or maybe even subscribe to find more videos like this. A big thanks to all my channel supporters out there, especially my members. You guys have made this year also worth it, and I cannot wait for what's to come next year. But yeah, other than that, it's Marco here from Easily Distracted Games, and as always, don't stop gaming.